Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 592. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gast, joined by Mike Sneedy,
What's up?
Corey Feinsod,
Hello, hello.
and Tony Kokonakis.
Yo, yo, yo.
592 episodes. I almost tripped over my words, Mike, introducing you. I said my, bye kind of thing. I almost tripped over the words. I was trying to do it nice and relaxed kind of thing, but, it's been a week. It's been busy. So... yeah. That's what we've been up to has been interesting for me. So I was kind of sick, not sick. It's issues this week. I can go, it's personal things. I was home more and I was watching shows. Although, listen, playing Elden Ring when you have medication issues that I was taking I was doing it's a personal thing. But anyways, I was home. Elden Ring, which is raising my blood pressure already, is a big mistake to play that game. It was just getting me so frustrated playing the Fire Giant. I know this is the movie cast, but so I ended up watching some more shows than that. So I've been watching Severance, thanks to Corey's recommendation last week, and my gosh, I really like that show a lot. I don't know how it's gonna finish yet on season 1. I just finished episode 7.
Oh,
But
geez.
man, I'm getting like Corey, and I don't want to.
You passed me.
Okay, Tony, you gotta check this. There's some great Apple TV Plus shows that you really gotta check out. Like,
It's funny you mentioned this because I just had to cancel my Apple Plus because I had this 3-month or whatever trial.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I guess I'll cancel this and stuff like that. But I mean, it's $5, so whatever. I can resub or something.
yeah, I mean Ted Lasso stuff, obviously, but this is I'm getting and I don't want to turn you off from this if you didn't like Lost, but I'm getting a lot of Lost
I never
vibes
watched
mixed into
Lost,
this.
so, you know.
It's a peculiar. I mean, Corey, you get that same vibe, kind of. I'm getting a vibe. From
I didn't
that,
think.
right?
I didn't think that. I mean, if now as you say, I can put those things together. But yeah, I wouldn't.
I just got that vibe. I'm really loving this show. It's from Ben Stiller. It's got John Turturro in it, who's fantastic in everything he does. Christopher Walken's in this show at some point. Yeah. It's got a great cast, and and the guy from Parks and Rec, he does I forget the actor's name, but he is excellent in a role that I'm not familiar with his work, but this is a thriller kind of show, and it's so good. I'm really impressed with this show, really impressed.
Nice. Yeah, Apple TV, when it first arrived, it really didn't have many interesting things on it, but it's grown a lot, and I'm pretty surprised by how much it's grown. And we'll see. We'll have some news later, but there's a lot of competition coming out now, and I'm wondering if there's gonna start being some consolidation happening as we saw in the gaming
market
world.
Consolidation, yeah.
All these huge companies, it's what are we gonna see next with now?
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. I'm just trying to figure out. Yeah, I mean, it's I can't wait for the of the years, shows of the year kind of thing right now. I've watched some there's been some great stuff this year already, and I'm trying to look at Did I talk about Old Enough last week, by the way, too? I don't think I did. But anyway, Severance this is a completely different topic. Netflix has a show. It's very short episodes called Old Enough. It's about Japanese culture and how they just kind of start their kids. This 2-year-old went to the store to go food shopping for them, and my gosh, just walk from the house all the way down the street, walk to the supermarket, and they're filming it, and it's kind of a comedy thing. Not comedy, but they're enjoying it, and it's just the people that are filming it are saying, is he going to forget this item? Is he going to get distracted by this stuff? And he does get distracted, and eventually he's like, I forgot this, and he went back to the store and he got it. And I'm so I've watched a bunch of those episodes of the kids doing stuff that you would expect adult chores to do, and they're I said 2-year-olds, and it's just incredible how it doesn't work in this culture, in our society at all. But in Japan, it's this 2-year-old kid can walk down the street and there's no fear for his safety whatsoever. I'm just it's just unbelievable. So I did appreciate that short. It's very short episodes, 15-minute episodes, if that. There's some of them 8. It's a really quick show. So I did enjoy that quite a bit. And then some and then some more comfort stuff. I watched some older shows like Star Trek, Deep Space Nine, stuff like that, but older still. But oh, and Seinfeld. I watched Seinfeld. I don't know why. Again,
It's a put on
on
the
the couch.
background type of show.
Yeah, I was on the couch and I'm like tired. I was very sleepy this whole weekend, so I was kind of like I watched it's like Severance and I watched. There's something else. I'm sure I'm gonna remember. Obviously, it's Moon Knight. We watched Moon Knight, but we'll talk about that in a little bit, I'm sure. But there's some great stuff. Moon Knight's another one of those. But all right, Mike, what have you been watching?
Not much really. Because of it, couldn't get out to see Sonic. I saw the old one again.
Okay.
I didn't really want. I literally said last episode that I don't need to see that again. And I didn't. And I didn't. I mean, it was just, a group thing, and we're like, all right, we'll put this on, and it's all right still. I do kind of hope they age up Sonic's character a little bit in the second one. I don't know if they have or haven't, but just watching it again, I'm a little annoyed by, how he's just like a sad 12-year-old, it seems like, for like most of the movie. I'm kind of like I kind of want his characterization to be a little bit more in line of what we saw in the past from him being more like a more cocky and more like adult in a little bit in a few ways, but we'll see. Maybe he will be in the second movie, or he is for those who've seen it already. But obviously, a fair amount of people have seen it, but not me yet. That's
right.
it.
That's it. All right,
Yep.
Tony.
Nothing. Played a lot.
Nothing. Didn't get episode 3 of Moon Knight.
I didn't, but I got a plane ride tomorrow, so I'll probably download that on my iPad.
Oh wow, plane ride. Were you going convention or
Boston?
Yeah. Okay. I was like, I didn't want to fill in the blank. I knew what was going on. But okay.
Yeah,
awesome.
I don't care. Yeah.
Awesome. Corey, what have you been watching?
Well, speaking of Sonic 2, on Easter Sunday, I had my boys and we decided to go see Sonic 2 in the movie theater. For the first time, taking them to a movie, which was good. Because there's only like 8 people besides us in the theater, so it was a good time. And yeah, they loved the movie. Sonic
Did they love the movie theater experience?
Yeah, they really enjoyed it. We got popcorn. They got like orange juice. So it was
what was
great.
it, like $50?
Yeah.
Well, it was more than that.
It is like going
we
to
went
a
on a
park.
matinee too. We went to a matinee with the discount, and it was like $65.
Yeah,
that is
I hear you.
Oh man.
I mean, seriously, you go to like Six Flags with the kids, and it's like the same price.
No, it's crazy. But no, it was like a good experience.
No, I know.
I had a lot of fun, and Sonic 2 is good. It's a good movie. It was a lot of fun, I have to say. Sonic was a lot of fun, and you mentioned you wanted him to age up a little bit. I don't know if he ages up, but he definitely is that teenager vibe going on. So he still acts like a kid, and there's a whole storyline to that actually in this film. And so yeah, and obviously we get Tails, we get Knuckles.
Yeah, I've heard this could actually arguably Jim Carrey's greatest performance.
Jim Carrey is fantastic in this movie.
Yeah, I've heard this, great. And he's had some great stuff out there. But I've heard that this
pure Jim Carrey. Like it's not like gonna be winning Oscars or anything like that. But he's doing the Jim Carrey of old, and it's great. And like big, Robotnik robots and stuff show up, so it's a lot of fun, and obviously they love that. So yeah, I'd say for a video game come to a movie, it was well done, and I would
better than Sonic 1.
Better than Sonic 1. I had more fun in this one than Sonic 1.
Nice. Yeah. I'm psyched.
Yeah, and I don't understand like, oh, there's not enough people, or oh, there's too much of the people. Like I don't get those things. I think if I'm going to see a Sonic movie, I want to see more Sonic characters.
I agree.
So yeah, it'll be interesting, and there is a like after credit sequence that opens up for more, and it's funny because my boy was like, "All right, so next week we're gonna go see Sonic 3, right?" And I was like, "No, we gotta wait a couple years."
Yeah, unfortunately,
they don't get that yet.
So,
and he's like, "Oh, okay, so when are we gonna see Sonic 3?"
I'm sure it'll be faster than how long it took Spider-Verse at least to come out, the sequel for this, but. Yeah, it's still gonna be like 2 years before you see Sonic 3.
But yeah, it's good. It's interesting, and like they open it up so that way you don't have to have Robotnik in the next one.
Yeah, I had a feeling that's the way it was gonna work out, just in case. Just in case. So, just circling back, Moon Knight episode 3 was a very good episode, in my opinion, in this series. Getting down to business kind of stuff finally.
Oh, it's halfway, right? Like only 6 episodes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it only took a little bit, right?
It's
The
crazy.
whole episode is like the whole episode's business of the show. Finally, it's like there's no filler for it. It's pretty spectacular stuff that they do. Oscar Isaac is fantastic with his what does he have, like 3 or 4 personas in this show at this point. You know, he does a great job. The 2 different Moon Knights, you know, stuff like that. So he does a great job. And I just it's unbelievable. And even like it's Ethan Hawke, right? Ethan Hawke's in there.
Yeah.
Ethan Hawke's in that, and yeah, he's very good. He's very good. So I really enjoyed episode 3. I'm looking forward to tomorrow for episode 4. But I'm gonna finish up Severance before I watch Moon Knight because I'm like on the edge of my seat trying to figure out what's going on. The mystery is so awesome.
You
like
blew past me because I didn't get to watch
my
it.
I know my thing though, Corey, is like as I'm watching the show, I'm so worried about the curtain being unveiled. You know what I mean? Like that's the I don't want
enjoy
it.
it while I can.
I know, but I don't want it to be because like it's every show we've ever watched, we've talked. I mean, as this podcast, we've covered so many shows where we were just like, freaking great show, it's so awesome, and then like you know the curtain gets revealed and it's just kind of like of a mystery, and it's just like kind of fell flat now at this point. And I'm so worried that's going to happen, but we'll see.
The wizard behind that curtain.
Yeah. There's so much. It's so cool. It's so good. All right. Let's get into some news. The box office was mediocre this week. I think it was who's at the top? Sonic still?
Didn't even open.
No, it was something else. There was something else that came out and beat it. The
Fantastic.
Harry Potter thing.
Yeah. Oh yes, Fantastic Beasts.
Oh, Fantastic Beasts. Totally
with a very
forgot
poor
about that.
opening. Yeah, very poor opening. And that was Easter weekend. They still had a pretty good haul, the whole box office, but yeah, Fantastic Beasts was number 1. Interesting. Yeah. It's still way down viewership on that show, on that movie, but you know they did have a recast. I think Mads Mikkelsen's an awesome actor, but I think it's very weird to recast Johnny Depp.
It was weird because they had 3 different characters now play this guy. So.
Yeah. And to recast, I mean, I think personally it's a personal issue I have with WB recasting Johnny Depp when, meanwhile, they have a movie coming out as I'm tying this in.
Well, he's in this movie too.
Oh, I forgot he's in this movie. Holy shit! I completely forgot that.
They are in this movie.
They are in this movie. Yeah, Ezra Miller once again in trouble with the law for assault again in Hawaii. This is not a rerun, folks. This is the new case after what we talked about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Just fire him. Let him go at this point. Seriously, just fire him. It's over with.
Get Grant Gustin, like you said, Mike. Just get him to play him now. Bring him over.
I would love to have. You know,
I want to see this movie, but that can be it.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see this movie as well because it's supposed to like bring such a universe together with this and a possible reboot. I mean, as we're gonna talk about here with DC, but this guy still has so many problems. They have so many problems. I apologize. It's just naturally the way I
don't know.
For my entire life, I've been saying that it's so hard to change the terminology that it's going to take a while. But they obviously have some massive issues right now that need to get resolved. And being in a movie or on a set they're a liability, in my opinion. Are they not? You got to see them as a liability.
They have to fire them. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. And the thing is, the Fantastic Beasts, they were waiting to see how the performance was going to be. So I doubt they're greenlighting a fourth one of that because the performance is bad. I mean, J.K. Rowling is public enemy number 1, basically, on social media.
He is. Back to another bad press thing. Yeah, I mean, they've tried to distance themselves from her forever. There were rumors that they were going to try to buy her out, but she has zero interest in taking their money.
No, she has zero interest because, she has
got so much already.
She's already got so much, so yeah.
True.
But there's 0% chance they're going to keep it.
Yeah. Ezra Miller's got to go, unfortunately. They just... Yeah,
Good riddance.
I never was.
Good
I was
riddance.
never sold in their. I was never sold in their performance. Anyways, if it makes you feel any better.
I thought
I feel
the
like a lot
passion
of
was
that
there.
universe.
I thought the passion was there
No,
initially.
yeah,
You can
But
see the love for the
Tom
role.
Conti,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
that's not enough
but,
to. Nothing is
No.
enough to warrant the repeated offenses and crimes and.
No, I mean, at this
Yeah.
point, we're talking about what's that?
It was a chair throwing this time, right?
Yeah.
I didn't
And
even
the last
read
time was
on
a
it. I saw all the
karaoke bar.
headlines like, not again.
Yeah.
I just
But
They.
move on.
I mean, as far as the performance, I could take it or leave it. Like,
Yeah.
it's fine, but Ezra doesn't feel essential to me, so it's fine. Goodbye.
Yeah.
No, I
It's
mean
just
the way.
unfortunate 'cause I hope this doesn't like mess up their plans to reboot everything. Because like they're just gonna keep pushing this thing back. Like just I feel like you should just get this movie out to get it out of the way, and like have some stinger at the end where he's gone or something, and now you have like Wally or
Well,
you have
now I'm trying to think of the timing, but I'm
somebody
wondering
else.
if the delay was kind of partially due to like things that were going on in the background, or maybe they got wind of this kind of behavior and stuff like that, and they're like, well, let's just change and edit some things in the cutting room and special effects.
As we mentioned before, like 100% last delay was because of the first delay was because of his troubles in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
They had pushed the movie back because of that. This time around, I don't know. There's been a lot of
Well, I
reshoots.
think
There's been a lot of changing of
definitely
things.
been
Yeah.
definitely some story stuff and like the rumors you guys talked about like a few weeks ago with Supergirl taking over Superman's role
Yeah.
and how that gets. I don't know if you read on why that
which
is
is
or how
now
that happens.
once again
like, apparently
contradicted by
Zod
newer
shows
news.
up too, supposedly. So it's like all
Really?
this crazy stuff. We'll see.
I mean, it should be an
I don't
interesting
know if
film.
it's
I would love them, like I said, Wally to show up
just
instead.
get somebody else.
Yeah.
Just get someone new. Like he can take over.
Yep. All right. As we mentioned before, DC is looking to possibly not reboot, but this is something that should have been done years ago. Find somebody to run their department, the DCEU, like a Kevin Feige. I'm sorry.
The problem is, so they had somebody.
Yeah,
I thought so. I thought so. And he what, Corey?
They screwed it up. I mean, they had Snyder and Jeff Johns. Like those.
Yeah.
They
Jeff
were
Johns
supposed to
is
supposed to be like.
I mean, what about like Bruce Timm?
No. Bruce Timm is great as a writer, but I don't. Some of the stuff in the past few years, I don't know. Like, he was responsible for the adaptation of, was it The Killing Joke, the animated movie?
Yeah,
The Killing Joke.
That was kind of like that got a little weird.
Yeah, it's like, you know what, like.
We didn't need to add this extra element.
No, I mean, it doesn't. It doesn't really need to be like someone known or like with all that
who
sort
knew
of
who Feige was before.
Yeah, it doesn't need a bunch of panache or whatever.
No, that's a name that I know.
Like who's a good project manager. That's what they need. Someone who's a good project manager.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're also you're doing multiple facets of things, like planning ahead. It's.
But the thing is, we're coming back to it. Like Warner Brothers, and this is what I've been saying. Like they don't let their creatives have that much control. Every time they interfere, Justice League got pushed out so the execs could make a bunch of bonuses for the end of year contracts and stuff like that. And I think half of them either got fired or quit. So it's just like they got their golden parachute and bounced. And the DCEU's, in fucking shambles right now. Like they don't give a fuck. They just want to make their money.
I mean, I think I've mentioned this. I don't know how many times I've mentioned this. I do really, really think Henry Cavill's a fantastic Superman. I really do.
Yeah.
That being said.
He's coming to MCU. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
I want to see him with a role, with another superhero role, because he loves his roles. He's a big nerd.
Yeah.
However, I'm ready to move on, and I'm ready to let's get a new we need a Superman though. They can do a good Superman movie. You can
We're not getting Superman anymore. We're getting Supergirl from now on.
I still think
not after the buyout.
This article states they would like to have Superman prominent back in their universe.
Sure, but even if they started it today, Jim. They're 3 years minimum out.
Sure, they would also like to have successful film franchises other than Batman.
You can build to the Superman reveal now. You can actually start to plan for that properly 3 years out. You can actually maybe bring a teaser
with
in
what?
For it. You can do
with what?
With movies. With movies, you can start tying in reshoots. Come on, man, reshoots.
How?
Always reshoots.
How? With Flash, Aquaman. What?
Dude, these films have been.
I don't know.
They're
That's
like
what I'm saying. If you don't
long.
know, they don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like you have the Shazam and Black Adam films, you have Aquaman, you have Flash. They're all coming, and they should be coming sooner than later, but they keep
Yeah.
getting pushed. And the problem is they're getting pushed, and then you're getting Marvel movies that are just killing it right now. Like we saw the Thor: Love and Thunder trailer that dropped, and like that's getting amazing impressions, and people are really hyped for
Yeah,
that. Doctor Strange looks amazing, and then obviously Spider-Man: No Way Home made $1 billion in a
yeah.
COVID pandemic world. So it's like,
Without China.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
it's true. All right.
I mean, they got
Let's
Batman. Like now they're just
let's
gonna start like
discuss. You
shoveling
guys,
Batman down our throats.
what do you guys think about the teaser for Thor? By the way, I thought it looked
That
pretty.
was
It's a
awesome.
teaser. I think it looks great. It's a teaser though. We have to wait for the full trailer, which I have a
Come
feeling
on,
they're holding
Josh.
back. The
100%.
theory is
They
they're holding
always
us
do.
back.
They 100. They
This is
always wait. They
this
always
is
wait.
a Doctor Strange. No, this is a Doctor Strange. Can't reveal anything kind of holdback right now. I'm sold on
Yeah, you're
that.
not
I'm
getting much
absolutely sold
left.
on that. Yeah,
But it was cool to
no
see
trailer.
the mighty Thor at the end with
I
Jamie
think
Foxx.
Natalie Portman as Thor looked actually pretty damn good for that short moment. Obviously, we have to see her in the film.
Cool.
Yeah,
See what
but
she looks like out.
yeah, I actually like the vibe from the trailer too. I mean, Taika is a great director. I've enjoyed it. That's another show I was watching more of. Our Flag Means Death. Or I think it was on HBO Max. His other show I was talking about last week. I've seen more of that show. I really like his work. It's very he can do dramatic stuff, but with a lighthearted tone, and that's the win. That's the win. Wait, that's the way how you win with Thor. That's how you do it with Thor, because Thor 2 was garbage, and it was trying to be too serious with itself, and then they fixed it with him by just lightening it up, almost James Gunn style. What's that?
Use Thor 2 because like Thor 2 actually was supposed to be Patty Jenkins. She was supposed to be the director.
Yeah.
That's right. I just feel like yeah, go ahead, Tony. What?
No, I was gonna say you can have the dramatic moments. You can have those heavy moments with Thor.
Yeah.
Thor got that in both Avengers, Infinity War and Endgame. But like you have to balance that out. He can't just be this sad, god or whatever you want to classify him as. Like people are like, dude, you're fucking built. You can teleport. You have a fucking magic hammer. Blah blah blah. You can fly, lightning, whatever. And it's like, yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah. Stuff like that, but you could show, you show his build up, you show his fall, and then you build him back up again. But you just can't have, I'm brooding, I'm sad, everything sucks.
Exactly. I think,
and
like James Gunn. Yeah, James Gunn shows that best.
Yeah, and a lot of it did have to do with like the characters that he had to play off of, because like in Thor 1, okay, whatever, it's fish out of water, the human stuff like that. Thor 2, he had Loki a little bit, but then Loki's gone for I think the second half of the movie or whatever. And it's like Dark Elves and Natalie Portman as the love interest is like the Warriors 3 or whatever it was. Like they're hardly in there, and they fucking just killed them off in Ragnarok anyways. It's like, okay, well now you have the new Ragnarok cast. You have the Guardians, which that looked fantastic. Just that little exchange in the teaser. And I'm hoping we get more of them in the movie than
I think we do. I think this is gonna be a merged movie.
We're gonna get that much with them. I would think.
I think we do.
No, I'm getting the vibe that you got with Hulk and Thor in that movie. Like this is the sort of. Yeah, no, I think they're in there. I think this is more or less like 1/3 a Guardians movie at least.
Oh, I think he bounces. Like he does the montage. They
drops
there
him
for
off.
A little
That's
bit.
it. Yeah.
Like
I don't think so.
From them. Like
in the trailer, you do see him turn away in the trailer, and that's probably how the movie starts. You can see that.
And then I don't know. I don't think it's going to be they're going to be there throughout. I think they'll probably
here's the thing.
Like Gamora.
Well, look, they're obviously not going to be through the whole movie. I think we would have known that by now. But I mean, like with Jane Foster getting to wherever Thor is, like how does that happen? I don't know. And if you look at the hammer, it looks like it's reconstructed out of the things that what's her name broke in Ragnarok.
Hela.
Yeah. So.
No, I mean, I got a sense that there'd be a fair amount.
Yeah. Plus, they made new costumes for Star-Lord. Like you don't just do that randomly.
And they were definitely playing, like you said, like Thor actually. Ironically, really, at this point, was being the goofy one, while Star-Lord was the straight man in this trailer, which is something kind of different than what we've seen. We have a little bit of a depressed Star-Lord in here, more than momentarily like he used to be, for other reasons. But
I mean, I can
so
see them
I
doing
think that
this.
I see them exploring that a little bit, and I really think they're gonna be the Hulk as it was in Ragnarok.
Do think this sets them up nicely for Guardians 3. But I do see Corey's point of it's the way that teaser worked. He did turn away from them in the beginning, saying, "I'm not going to be a hero anymore." That could be his exit from that team. He's going to be with them at the beginning of this movie. There's no question. It's a matter of how long.
Get fit again, getting the Ravengers outfit, because it looks like he's got like a Ravengers jacket on.
I feel like, but the director Taika, Waititi is kind of got a great mesh with James Gunn's style. So I feel like this is a great. That's the other part of Mike's comments where it's like it could make sense to put these together because they work. It seems like it's a cohesive kind of.
We didn't see his Christian Bale's character. We didn't see
that's true. So all right.
Yeah, that plays
what else we got here? Yeah, we'll see. All right, we've got Netflix subscribers way down.
First time in 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, who would have thought that? There's not infinite subscriber growth.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, we talked about this before, probably like first year of the pandemic, but we've had, that pandemic boom, almost every industry, like entertainment wise, video games or, digital content, had that huge, and collectibles had that huge boom because people were just staying home. There's nothing to do other than watch stuff or play games.
And watch your video.
Exactly, stuff like that. We talked about that, how, the past 2 years they've been exceeding expectations because it's like, oh shit, like, people are still just at home, stuff like that. And I think now is just, there's other factors too, but I think a lot of it has to do with, they're paying their dues now, where it's like, hey, things are easing up, regardless if that's actually the truth of the matter. People are just like, throwing caution to the wind, just like, fuck it, pandemic's over, COVID's defeated, let's go start going out. In combination with external factors like, the climate of the world, especially in the United States, right? Where
the pricing's gone up to the point where it's not an every month subscriber anymore. You subscribe. I'm on right now. I'm going to be off shortly. So it's like and you're on and off. It's not going to keep. That's why they're looking at more loss in the next quarter.
Well, also every year they get more competition, and their competition increases their, roster or whatever, their catalog. And at this point, like Disney Plus has content finally after 2 years that it didn't have recently. And
HBO Max,
Netflix,
HBO
Apple
Max
TV
Plus
as well. Yeah, and also everyone's the traditional tentpoles of Netflix have sort of gone by the wayside a little bit. We're waiting forever for the Stranger Things. The last big thing was what, Squid Game? That's a year ago now, right?
I mean, the Stranger Things is coming soon. I'll tell you, they have great content. I'm not taking away from their content it's really good. Like their shows are good. Their movies are, I don't think are up to the hype that they want to make them but it just comes back to the pricing. I mean, $20 for the month. As I mentioned, Corey, it's in our finance channel, but I had mentioned one thing they could do is why not offer a yearly subscription?
Well,
why can't you give me a discounted
yearly? So that's
yearly?
the thing is now they're talking. I didn't like the other article, or I think it's within the same article. They're exploring an ad-supported version that's a lower price and stuff like that. And then the other thing is too is they're exploring because I have one Netflix account and I share it with like 4 people, and they're coming home. The crows are coming home to, or is it chickens or whatever, coming home to roost because they're going to stop that pretty soon, or really harken back.
I mean that's like costing them hundreds of millions.
Oh yeah, they even calculate it out. They're like, it's probably costing us 100 million? I forget. They said it in the article.
100 million. I think they said 100 million subscribers.
Yeah, 100 million households are using the service via shared passwords. I mean, even if 1% of those would sign up on their own, I mean that's a fucking large number and stuff like that. So
yeah.
And the other thing to take into account is they suspended the service in Russia after the war in Ukraine. So they lost some things. So whatever, but.
I mean, you look at it right now, like 20% down in their stock.
That's a time to invest.
Time to buy.
That is a good time to invest.
Or a little discount there.
I don't know, man. I mean, like I said, they need to start offering incentives. Like, I'm not saying they're going to be as cheap as like something like Discovery Plus. Discovery Plus, for instance, is something new to the market. But they got me for a year because it was like $50 for the year. So I just gave them $50 and I'm good. I
Yeah,
have a
but
whole year
Jim, what are you
subscription.
getting? Like you're getting
I'm
Discovery
not
Plus.
saying it should be
Netflix is
$50 for the
way.
year. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that they need to give me a yearly cost at a certain percentage discount to make me sign up for that year. Then they have me
Like
for the year. They got me rather than this on and off thing.
Yeah, I'm sure they will too. Like it's all about the number crunchers doing the math and being like, okay,
It's the thing. It's like how can you get revenue other than because right now, like you look at YouTube. YouTube is getting so much revenue because of their ads, right?
mm,
Like Netflix, all they have are their subscribers. So like they need to find ways
yeah,
in order to generate revenue.
right. So
I mean, I will
So
tell you though, Hulu's kind of irrelevant now though.
right,
And
because I mean, Hulu's being
they're all
folded.
ad based. They're really ad based. So
Right. So I mean, Jim, would you pay $10 a month for Netflix? It came with the 2-minute ads.
yeah, I probably would do that.
Really? 2-minute ads
Yeah.
every show.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just 2 minutes, right?
Yeah.
No more than that. Like,
Yeah.
not like multiple 2-minute breaks,
what's
right? Just
crazy
one
is
2-minute
two
break.
minutes. It's like
That feels like forever.
that's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I mean, if you
But
did like
I
30
used to do
seconds
that
at the
for
beginning,
no,
30
but
seconds at the end, that's still rough. Like
Hulu
it's
used
hard
to offer like an option to watch like a
Hulu used to be
2-minute
free,
ad.
so
Yeah, but
Hulu used to be
Hulu
free.
they used to offer an option to watch a 2-minute ad at the beginning of a show,
Yeah,
and
they
then you
used
just
to.
watch it uninterrupted.
Yeah.
That's what Netflix could do with this ad-based thing. $10 a month, you watch an ad 2 minutes
They
before
can.
the show starts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt those binges.
Yeah,
I mean,
or they can split them up.
Or
Yeah.
people just go to the bathroom. I mean, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
But
That's
they
what I
have
do.
so many
That's-
options to work around. It's just, now they're in that. Hey, like you said, Jim, they can't grow infinitely forever and stuff like that.
No.
And
That was the
they've
point of
even
it,
cited before a year or two. I know we talked about it where they're like, yeah, we probably reached max threshold on the U.S. market, and we're looking at expanding the international market. And that's why we see them with international content now, and barely anybody else is doing that. Barely any other streaming service is doing that. So that's where they're ahead of the game and they're front of the pack and they're an industry leader. So yeah, it's bad for them. But if they're losing subscribers, I don't know. I'd be interested to see how HBO Max is doing right now. I'd be interested to see how
I
Disney
guess
Plus is doing. And
I mean, they just merged
right
with Discovery,
right,
so
right.
yeah,
So we'll see.
there's
what
going
I
to be
mentioned
contraction
earlier,
in the
it's
industry
like-
too. So, yeah, it's
Like we went from cable, like where you had to pay for everything if you didn't want it, to like breaking it up into these streaming services. And I think it's gonna start coming back around. Like we're gonna start having these bigger
Of course.
conglomerates or whatever the word is.
Conglomerate, yeah.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You got
Like,
it
they're
right.
gonna, like
You're
we
right.
saw in the movies, in the video games, we're gonna see that here in streaming services soon. I think. Where
Yeah, I
people
mean,
we're seeing it. Like Discovery's merging with stuff, and
I personally, if I'm
Warner, like,
Netflix,
try to sell like their stuff and stuff. So it's like we'll see.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Warner
start
is trying to sell it.
consolidating
Yeah,
again.
I like I said, if I'm Netflix, I almost I mean, really, do they need a movie division? I think their shows are their home.
Absolutely, sure.
I don't. I think their
Adam
shows are their
Project-
home runs.
Adam Project did it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I know. And
very,
Burn
very well.
and that
Not
Red.
saying it's a great movie. It's just
and that Rock movie did really. It
Yeah,
did
Red
good.
Notice.
It just Red Notice was just it didn't do. It wasn't good, but it did well. But
No, and
yes.
that's the point. Is like, yeah, you're bringing people in because of these
names,
videos, movies, and things. So, and then
Okay.
you can blast Stranger Things and other ads.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. So, all right. That's pretty much it. We did the other stuff's not good. This is gonna wrap up this episode of the Moviecast. You can watch us on Twitch. I didn't mention that at the beginning. Usually I do. Tuesday nights starting at 8:00. We stream the Moviecast, the Gamecast, sometimes some bonus rounds, guys. I hope to watch Sonic this week, so maybe we can do a bonus round for that soon. I had to wait because I let it slip that I wanted to go see Sonic on Friday, which my 9-year-old heard, and I lost the argument. I had to wait. So now we're going to see it this week, I think. But I was going to go see it, and then I couldn't see it, but I promised I wouldn't see it. So anyways, that's going to wrap up this episode. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Write us allyoucangeek@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter, Twitch. Thanks. And I have to go get Craigbot out of the channel, and I'm going to kill time right now while I grab the copy paste link. So thanks for everybody, and he is getting kicked out right now.